Lost in the deliciousness of a warm croissant, Violet briefly closed her eyes, a soft moan escaping her lips. This was the life. But the moment was shattered by Alice's panicked cry. "Violet, look out!" Just in time, Violet dodged a spray of food and drink, her breakfast crashing to the floor. "What the hell?" she snapped, looking up to see a girl glaring down at her, pure disgust twisting her features. "So this is what they replaced me with?" The girl spat, pointing at Violet. "She doesn't even know the freaking rules." It clicked. This was the girl whose spot on the Luna board Violet had taken number 20. Great. And for once, Violet was completely innocent. The entire cafeteria froze, eyes glued to the scene. Phones came out, ready to record the drama. Everyone expected a fight. But Violet calmly brushed croissant crumbs off her clothes. The girl was ready to brawl, but Violet simply turned her back. The ultimate diss. It screamed, "You're not even worth my time." Violet knew the elite students upstairs were watching, waiting for her to snap. She wouldn't give them the satisfaction. If she played it cool, maybe they'd find her boring and leave her alone. Then she could go back to her anonymous life at the bottom of the food chain. Bliss. "Hey, I'm talking to you. Don't ignore me, you..." The girl shrieked. That stopped Violet cold. All pretense of calm vanished. That insult was a line she wouldn't let anyone cross. This girl needed a lesson. The girl's confident smirk faltered as Violet turned, a storm brewing in her eyes. In a flash, Violet was standing right in front of her, the girl scrambling into a fighting stance. Violet raised an eyebrow. "So she thinks she can fight? Good. These preppy princesses had no idea how a street kid like her threw down." "What's your name?" Violet asked, momentarily pausing the inevitable showdown. The girl blinked, thrown off. "Paige!" She started. Then her face twisted in outrage. "Wait, you don't even know my name, and you stole my spot?" The cafeteria went silent. Nobody, not even the lunch ladies, dared to make a sound. Violet poured gasoline on the fire. "Sorry, I don't usually bother learning the names of people beneath me." "You!" Paige's eyes blazed. She swung. But Violet saw it coming a mile away. She dodged, grabbed Paige's arm, and twisted it behind her back. Paige yelped. "How dare you! You even know who I am!" Paige shrieked, struggling to break free. Violet ignored her, grabbed her hair, and forced her to face the crowd. "Listen up, everyone!" Violet announced, her voice ringing through the silent cafeteria. "I don't care who you are, where you're from, or what fancy privileges you have at this school," she continued, locking eyes with Autumn, the silver-haired girl whose attention she now captured. "I came here to learn, and that's what I'm going to do. I know my place, and I'm not trying to climb the social ladder. So I'll stay in my lane, and you stay in yours. No drama, no fights. Just leave me alone, and we're good." Violet's voice hardened. "Oh, and one more thing. No name calling, especially the W word." She grinned, all teeth. "That one really ticks me off." But Paige didn't get the memo. "You're nothing but a... You think we don't know?" That was it. Violet dragged Paige to the spilled food and shoved her face right into the mess. Paige sputtered and thrashed, but Violet held her down. Gasps echoed around them. This was definitely not what they expected. "Where I come from, we don't waste food," Violet said, her voice dripping with sarcasm. "And if it falls on the floor, you pick it up, just like you're doing now." Paige finally stopped struggling, and Violet let go. The girl was sobbing, her face and hair covered in food. Violet stood up straight and scanned the room, daring anyone to challenge her. Her gaze lingered on the elite students, all watching with rapt attention. Suddenly, One of the girls in the elite section stood up and started clapping slowly, together, until the whole elite section was applauding. The rest of the cafeteria followed suit, and the room erupted in applause. Violet should have felt triumphant, but a wave of dread washed over her. This wasn't normal applause. There was a strange look of pride on their faces. They were accepting her. Somehow this twisted showdown had become some sort of initiation, and she'd passed. No. Violet's blood ran cold. This wasn't what she wanted. She didn't want to be one of them. Heart pounding, Violet bolted. She had to get out of there. She needed to find Principal Jameson and drop out of this nightmare today. As she ran, she saw the other students swarming Paige, recording her humiliation. Violet felt a flicker of pity, almost. But Paige had totally brought this on herself, dragging her background into the fight, and Violet had way bigger fish to fry than some petty ex-top 20 princess. Violet didn't waste a second heading to the administrative floor. She ignored Alice, who asked where she was going. Alice didn't need to know, especially not if she'd try to stop her. The receptionist glanced up, then basically ignored Violet, her eyes glued to her phone. Gunfire blasted from some movie she was watching, loud enough to drown out the office sounds. Violet couldn't tell if she was supposed to go in or get lost. She chose to go in. Violet knocked firmly on the office door. No answer. She knocked again, wondering if Principal Jameson was even there. It wasn't 8 a.m. yet. She'd left the dining hall planning to get things sorted before the first period, hopefully leaving school after getting dismissed. Everything was perfectly planned. When no one answered again, Violet frowned. Maybe that's why the receptionist ignored her. A heads up would have been nice. What a jerk. Frustrated, Violet turned to leave, then clearly heard, "Come in." Her heart raced. This was it. She'd walk in, demand they revoke her scholarship, and Principal Jameson would do it. Violet had made up her mind. She walked in, heart pounding. She saw Principal Jameson sitting in her executive chair, back turned. For a second, Violet thought something looked different, like her build was bigger. But she shrugged it off, figuring it was just her imagination. Who else would be in the principal's chair? Ignoring the weird feeling, Violet straightened up. She cleared her throat, gathering her courage. "Principal Jameson, I need to talk to you." Principal Jameson didn't answer for over a minute. An awkward silence hung in the air. Figuring she might as well just come out with it, Violet dropped the bomb. "I don't want to go to school here anymore, Principal Jameson. Please revoke my scholarship and give it to someone else." There, it was out. Violet felt lighter, like a weight had been lifted. Now, there was no way the principal could ignore her. The chair started to swivel. Violet held her breath. But when the chair finally turned around, the face she saw made her blood run cold. "You have got to be kidding me." It wasn't Principal Jameson. It was Asher freaking Nightshade, sitting in her chair. Violet's mind raced. Shock turned to disbelief, then anger, then fear, then even more fear, as her survival instincts kicked in. This was Asher, and he wasn't even wearing his sunglasses. His intense amber eyes locked onto hers. Creepy, reptilian, and way too focused. Violet swallowed. "Do tell me, Violet." Asher Nightshade finally spoke, his voice disturbingly calm, masking the storm brewing beneath. "What's this I hear about you wanting to ditch the scholarship?" The question hung in the air, heavy as a judge's gavel, and Violet gulped. This was the first time Asher had spoken to her without a nickname. Yep, she'd totally messed up. Before Asher could even blink, Violet was ready to run, adrenaline pumping. She had to get out. But his voice sliced through her thoughts, sharp and commanding. Don't move. Violet froze. Relax. Just one word, and all the tension drained away. Violet stood there, strangely comfortable, as if hanging out with an old friend. Moments ago, she'd wanted to run from this devil. Asher stood up, and despite his command, Violet's heart hammered. She knew this psycho was the reason she was at this school, and trying to leave was like slapping him in the face. How did he even know she'd come here? Had he predicted it? A chill ran down her spine. If he had, this guy was way more dangerous than she thought. Someone could read her better than she knew herself? Nope, not someone she wanted to cross. But then anger surged. Who was he to tell her what to do? She was her own person. Leaving this school was her choice, not his. So when Asher stepped closer, towering over her, she spat. It's none of your business if I leave or stay, you mind freak. She knew she shouldn't have insulted him. It was like throwing gasoline on a fire. But weirdly, Asher didn't seem to mind. He burst out laughing. The sound should have been creepy, but it was smooth and rich, sending shivers down her spine. Oh, my little purple. Asher cooed, cupping her face in his hands. His touch was surprisingly warm and gentle, totally not what she'd expect from a monster. You're so predictable, he whispered, and that made her blood run cold. What did he mean? Was he saying there was no escape? That he already knew her every move? Wait, was he in her head this whole time? Violet had no idea how his powers worked anymore. Can you read my mind? No. She swallowed nervously. Are you reading my mind right now? Asher chuckled. How silly to think that just because I control minds, I can read them too. She narrowed her eyes. You said I'm predictable. I'm skilled at mind control, which means I can figure out a lot about someone's state of mind just by watching them. It's more like guessing than actually reading thoughts. Violet flinched, remembering him cutting her hair before. She hoped he didn't have some weird hair thing. She'd probably end up bald. It's kind of offensive, though, Asher said, pretending to be disappointed. Assuming that just because I can control minds, I also read them? That's so bad of you, my little purple flower. He scolded her like a kid. But don't sweat it. He continued, his voice changing. You'll have tons of chances to learn more about me in the next. He checked his fancy watch. 20 minutes of our first date. Well, in real life, anyway. What?
Hey amazing viewers, it's Voilette here. Thanks for sticking with us. By the time of the release of this video, only 7.3% of our viewers have joined the party by subscribing, and 92.7% of you might miss out on our next mind-blowing video. So what are you waiting for? Hit that subscribe button and join the exclusive club.